really did spend a lot recently. Only 10 Mora left. Still, 10 more is better than no Mora.
Gather! Fire it up! Supporting fire! Solidify! I will have order! Don't get too close! Stabilize! Check this out!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Careless!
Seems like an emergency.
Here's backup! Quake!
Stabilize! Solidify!
Check this out. That's the line. Amazing.
I got you covered!
Let's ride. Off we go. Need a surfboard? Faster.
This is order.
Check this out!
Let's finish. Stabilize.
Don't get too close!
Rain of bullets! Woohoo! The doctor will see you.
Rain of bullets! Check this out! Fire it up!
Let's ride!
water guide you.
Supporting fire!
Mind the side effects. Taking a turn for the better.
Solidify.
Departing wave!
Fire it up!
The doctor was seen.
Gather.
Don't get too close!
A bitter pill to swallow.
The doctor was seen.
Stabilize.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Let's ride!
Mind the side effects.
Check this out!
A bitter pill to swallow. Don't forget to wash your hands. Goodness knows where these things have been.
Show me your moves!
Stop it! Fire it up!
The doctor will see you now.
How about this? Take a seat. What's up? Let's have some fun, shall we?
Solidify.
Stick around!
You got a side job for me? Sure thing.
A bitter pill to swallow.
Gather!
Carving waves! Catch an epic wave!
Now.
This is order. Solidified!
Mind the side effects.
Need a surfboard?
Let's begin.
Stabilize! Have a seat!
Some more.
Let's ride! Check this out! That's the launch! Oh, where's the surfboard?
Way now.
So swift! You can't run from death.
Let's shred,
Get a little chilly. Order guide you. Solidify!
A bitter pill to swallow. Mind the side effects.
So soon. Prepare yourself. You can't run from death. No escape.
Carving wave! Need a surfboard?
Can't run from death.
Off we go. Woo! Whoa!
Stabilize! I will have order!
Some more.
Pay your dues. Have a safe trip.
Seems like an emergency.
Solidify!
Let's ride! Let's shred,
Order guide you. Gather!
bitter pill to swallow.
Can't run from death.
A moment.
I will have order. Solidified.
Carving wave! Check this out! That's the run!
Mind the side effects.
Get a little chilly. Let's begin.
Use surfboard?
A bitter pill to swallow.
A moment, please.
Stabilize. This is order.
Taking a turn for the better.
Let's shred, Darcy!
Gather. Have a seat.
Mind the side effect.
Need a surfboard?
Solidify.
Let's begin.
Let's ride!
A moment, please.
Stabilize.
Perfect wave! Woohoo! Yeah! Check this out! That's the run! Off we go!
Gather. I will have order.
Let's ride! Need a surfboard? Surf's up!
Get a little chilly. Wait now.
Ridiculous! Off we go! Need a surfboard?
Solidify.
Mind the side effect.
Perfect wave! Let's shred, Darcy!
Gather. This is order.
Let's begin.
Let's ride! Need a surfboard?
I guess the housework can wait.
Satisfaction guaranteed.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra.
Solidified! Gather! Stabilize! Solidified! Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist...
Carving waves! Do it again! That thing you did just now! The best stuff's always at the bottom. Need a surfboard? Need a surfboard? Off we go.
on! Show me your courage! Out of the way or get blown away!
Woo! Whoa! Ah. Whew.
The old tools really are the best. I had to name the most suitable model.
Ever tried chasing waves before? You wanna try? Well, come on, no time like... Present? Need a surfboard? Off we go. Huh? Do you also see Navia and Clorand over there? They look like they might have run into some kind of trouble. Let's go check out what's going on.
Still no dice?
Not at all. And I've asked pretty... Lynette's ears drooped as soon as she heard that we'd have to be out and about for days on...
What about Chiori and Shaw?
I've asked them already.
This is getting pretty...
Navia, Clorand, what's up?
Oh my. Well, if it...
Huh.
Huh?
Yep, this is our chance.
Do you need our help?
Oh, precisely. My dear partners, we've got a huge problem right now that only you can solve.
Whoa, for real?
Absolutely. We've already...
Traveler, Paimon, would you join us and play...
Mara Shosei, what now?
It's a new game script.
Ever heard...
That sounds super...
Clorand and I are both veteran members of the club. Recently, someone... And when they asked, of course I couldn't refuse. I mean, come on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Anyway, the script...
So, you...
That's not a problem.
Well, Traveler, what do you think?
Well, that solves our...
Woohoo! I'll go grab the script manager from the club right away.
The script manager? Didn't you just...
The club introduced a... In this iteration, the Game Master's version of the script is incomplete. The script manager provides the next part of the script only after players have completed the current list of objectives. On top of that, in order to increase player immersion, the club has created some of the story's sets and scenes in real life. We'll only know where we should go once the script manager reveals the starting location.
Wow, you're right.
And it's gotta.
I look forward to experience.
Why don't you go meet up with the others first? They should all be waiting at Chioria Boutique. I'll come over with the script manager as soon as I find them.
Sounds good. Remember to always watch where you're going, and don't rush.
You say that like I'm 6 years old or something. Let me think. What kind of character should I play this time?
I just hope you'll pick up some useful skills this time. Oh, and stop trying to persuade every animal you come across.
Off we go.
Oh, sorry to keep you waiting.
You're back! Huh? And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you, too!
What a pleasant surprise. I assume you'll be joining us for the game then?
Linny, Farina! Paimon didn't know you were...
Still, I'm sure it'll be...
Well, I'm not...
If you're interested.
I think I'll...
Do you participate?
You could say that.
Right. I knew about that.
Wow. Paimon's so used to seeing you be all upstanding and intimidating.
Surely you jest. I would never intentionally make things difficult for my players. I maintain a clear boundary between my professional and personal lives. The me you see at court represents the law and order of Fontaine. I put all personal feelings to the side and grant a fair duel to all who seek to defend their honor. But in my personal life, I'm just an ordinary person. Someone who feels anger and sadness, just like everyone else.
Well, you say that, but for all the time I've known you, I don't think I've ever seen you cry. I've seen you get angry, sure, but now I'm wondering whether you were actually...
I was probably in work mode during those times.
Is that so? Well, in any case, I just feel like even in your personal life, you don't get emotional very often.
So you want to see me cry? That might be a little difficult. A show of anger, though, that might be something I could accomplish.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'm back! Here, allow me to introduce you to the script manager, Mr. Florian.
Pleasure to meet you all.
Hello? Wait, are you a champion duelist too, Mr. Florian?
Oh, no. This is just the costume provided by the club. I occasionally play a few of the roles in my scripts.
That sounds like a lot of work.
It's nothing. It's the least we can do to give the players a more immersive experience. Anyway, allow me to give you a brief introduction of the script. This script was adapted from the real history of the Marushosei hunters. You all will play the role of hunters from a bygone era and resolve a series of events unfolding in the capital.
Paimon's not super familiar with the history of the Marushosei hunters. Is that a problem?
Oh, no problem at all. I can give you a brief rundown. So, basically, Marushosei hunters were people who dedicated themselves to hunting monsters and protecting the city by using a special swordsmanship technique passed down over generations. Their story can be traced back to the ancient Remurian dynasty, as well as the first hunter, Cassiodor. But I'll leave the finer details for you to seek out and discover later.
And I'll provide additional commentary as the story progresses.
that case, brave hunters, are you ready to set out on an unknown adventure?
Whoa, just one sentence and it's like we're in the story already!
Aha, I see many a determined gaze before me. Very well, head over to this location and begin your heroic journey.
So, as we follow the story, it leads us to specific scenes? Ooh, sounds pretty innovative. What does the message in the envelope say?
It's the exact location of the scene, as well as the formal permission to use the venue. Huh, seems like they have everything prepared. Please check all your belongings, everyone, and make sure you haven't forgotten anything. Once you're ready, please follow me to the designated location.
Sounds good! Hunter Squad, move out!
Welcome to Cheerio Boutique. For tailoring services, please make a reservation in advance.
The most important part of going out to have fun is, well, going out. So just show up and I'll handle the rest.
Welcome to Cheerio Boutique. For tailoring services, please make a reservation in advance.
They really have thought of everything. Even the photometer.
It's a card.
And what about all the dessert?
That's what the mess.
Really? That's so...
Those snacks have...
I think you might...
Snack Hunter Paimon reported for duty! If there are delicious snacks to be found, Paimon will track down every last one!
The desserts are great. But...
First, please pick up the blank character card you can find in a brief... In this story,
Ooh, nice!
as hunters,
So it's...
why don't you...
So,
Yep.
you can use your real name too if you want.
Oh, so it would be like a...
In that case, I think I'll continue to use the name Linny then.
Next up is the skill sheet. You have a limited amount of skill points that you can use to learn a number of skills. The more points you invest in a particular skill, the easier it will be to pass associated checks.
Oh, those skills...
So, should we also take those skills then?
Not necessarily. Since we're working together as a team, we could leave the negotiations to Navia and use our skill points to pick up other useful skills. For example, I think I'll take Stealth and Sleight of Hand. That will give us more options if we run into any situations we can't negotiate our way out of.
Oh, interesting. I wasn't thinking about it like that. I suppose it's not so different from an acting troupe. Everyone has their own role to play. Let me see. I'll take...
Well, that leaves us. What do you want to learn, Traveler? Ha! Gotta say, this suits you real... Ooh, so what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two skills? Sure, what do you want to learn? Ooh, so you want to help people when they're injured. Ha! Gotta say, this suits you. So what do you think? Are you sure you want to learn these two?
Let's see.
You've all picked.
Why do I get the feeling?
For example, this one here. Summon. Doesn't it sound.
Oh, I saw that one just now as well. The description says this skill can be used under certain circumstances to summon characters or creatures that fit.
The script's world-building rules, huh? But
Oh, that's not for us to.
All right, you've convinced.
Well, now, since two of our... Would you like to play on easy mode or authentic mode?
What's the difference between the two?
Well, in role-playing games, the story sometimes changes based on the decisions of the players and the results of the fathometer. For example, if you fail a check, that means you cannot use the target skill in that scenario. A critical failure, if you choose easy...
Given that I'd like to focus on the story, I suppose I should pick easy mode. I'd feel bad if I brought the team down by failing my checks.
Huh? Oh, come on. Don't worry about that. RNG is the lifeblood of role-playing games. I'm going with authentic mode for sure. Never knowing what you might have to overcome. Ugh, doesn't that sound exciting?
I'd rather be mentally prepared for what might happen.
All right, then I'll mark down Farina for easy mode. All her checks will be successful.
What about you, dear partner? How would you like to play?
Are you sure?
No need to worry about the pesky fathometer. Pretty good choice if you just want to relax and play the game.
Honestly, I don't think Clorand would make things too difficult for us, no matter what the fathometer says. Isn't that right, Clorand?
No promises.
That wasn't super reassuring.
Well, anyway, enough talk. Let's get started. I want to experience at least a good chunk of the story today.
Speaking of the story, why is the beginning scene on a beach?
Well, that's because a long time... Soon, a group of human rebels banded together. With their swords raised, they swore to brave the dark... Sometime later, as a member of the Marechaussee Hunters, you receive a commission. Following the address provided on the message, you take a boat and arrive at this strange city. As you inhale, you can taste the slightly salty air of the docks as you begin to survey your surroundings. Your eyes meet, and you realize these people are fellow Marechaussee Hunters, likely led to this location after receiving the same commission as you.
You're all Marechaussee Hunters too, right? Allow me to introduce myself. The name's... What say you to traveling?
Okay, count me in. My name is Linny. I've been wandering since I was little and picked up a few less than legal tricks along the way. I was adopted by a Marechaussee Hunter and later chose to follow in his footsteps.
Is this where you introduce your... My name is Farina, and...
Hey, that's really cool. You can do it, Farina. That's exactly how it's done.
Paimon is Paimon, a good friend and companion. into this Marashose hunter right here.
I've been studying medicine ever since I was a child.
Oh, welcome, welcome. When we face the monsters, I'll make sure to charge in front to give everyone some cover. You can take care of the healing at the back.
You open your envelopes at the same time. The message reads, "To the honorable and trustworthy, the lands outside the capital have been overtaken by monsters, and our people are being led astray by forces of wickedness. We beseech you, please help us resolve this crisis and return peace and stability to our home."
Huh. The layout of this city looks super familiar. It kinda reminds Paimon of Mondstadt!
The scriptwriter must...
As experienced hunters,
I carefully read every line of the letter and turn my attention to...
You see a long...
Oh, good idea.
You look up and see...
Why don't we go check out that tavern? If the novels I've read are anything to go by, taverns are usually full of information.
As you approach the tavern, you find a plainly dressed woman standing nearby. She appears to be rather troubled about something.
Greetings, friend. Lovely weather we're having today, don't you think?
Oh, hello. I suppose you're right. The weather today is quite lovely. If only those monsters out there would stop
It seems like every character included in the script has a certain amount of useful information to offer. If we keep asking...
Oh, come now, don't be sad. Life is all about optimism. Oh, that reminds me. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Huh?
I don't think...
Nothing turns a frown upside down like good food. How about some macarons? I could make you some.
You didn't even take cooking as one of your skill proficiencies.
That's not necessary, miss. Excuse me for saying this, but you don't really look like a chef. Besides, I'm not really a fan of sweets.
So you're someone who barely smiles and doesn't like sweets. You're really starting to remind me of this one friend of mine. Hey! Did she just... me?
This isn't good.
Are you sure? In that case...
Whoa, it was a success!
You remain silent as you prepare a pot and fire to use for cooking. The woman stares at you with her mouth agape as you skillfully cut the ingredients and toss them into the pot. After some time, a rich aroma begins to fill the air. Even a passing cat can't help but stop in its tracks and look up in anticipation.
Please have some food. Who knows? Maybe you'll feel better after eating something delicious.
Whoa, that's amazing.
Wait. So, as long as you pass the check, you can pretty much do anything? And it won't be seen as absurd?
Oh, thank you.
So, what had you so worried earlier? Could you tell us a bit?
Okay, let me fill you in. A horde of monsters suddenly appeared near the capital recently, so all the guards were dispatched to fight them.
Do you remember when those monsters appeared?
I'm not completely sure. All I know is that my husband was dispatched to fight them 3 days ago.
Do you know where he was sent?
It all happened so fast. When we said our goodbyes, he couldn't even tell me where they were sending him.
You have our thanks, friend. We'll find and defeat those monsters as soon as possible. We sincerely hope your husband will be able to return to your side soon.
Oh, thank you.
Don't worry. We'll find him. Just, we don't always get to choose what happens to us.
You bid farewell to the woman, and continue your journey further into the city. As you venture further into the city, the streets appear largely empty. An elderly woman walks past. You see her shake her head as she puts away her wrinkled wallet. A nearby merchant folds his arms and gives you a disdainful look. You get the impression that he's someone who has long gotten used to the sight before him.
Although he doesn't seem very friendly, merchants are usually a good source of information, right?
Pardon me, sir. I'd like to ask a question if I may.
That depends. How much are you willing to pay?
How about this much?
What do you take me for? Some lowly beggar? You can't even buy half an onion with that amount.
Surely an onion can't be that expensive, right?
What do you know? War's nearly upon us. Everything costs several times what it did before.
Whoa, what a nasty guy. Maybe we shouldn't even bother talking to him.
But he still might have information we need.
Okay, while everyone is talking, I secretly use my magic props to summon a bottle of wine without the merchant noticing. We meant no offense, sir. Here, allow me to offer you this bottle of Ah, I should Do you have any
Crisis. If you ask me, there's a crisis everywhere you look. Those monsters are camped outside the city, and they've been destroying all. We have limited reserve.
Wait, you're saying no one has put a plan in place to distribute supplies or maintain order?
We could all starve, and those nobles in the palace wouldn't even break a sweat. Who knows? Maybe they've been in cahoots with the monsters all along.
That is concerning. Thank you, sir. We won't take up any more of your time now.
Hey, why did you leave in such a hurry?
Well, you see, that bottle of wine was just a cardboard.
Should we try to go somewhere with more people?
Oh, how about the city square? Follow me.
Before you lies the city's central square. You see a man with a slightly anxious look on his face, pacing back and forth, his head hanging low. He doesn't seem to notice your approach, still immersed in...
This guy seems promising enough. Maybe I can get some information out of him. Hello, sir. Is there anything I can do to help you?
Wait, you're...
I'm...
Oh, dear goodness! You're a Marashose hunter!
You recognize us? Ah, are you one of the people who wrote the...
Yes!
What happened here?
Alas. However...
Are there...
It's not... Most people my age have never even seen one of the monsters, much less been trained to fight against them. What's worse, many of us don't even know the history of the Marashose hunters anymore. When I was a child, though, my grandfather would tell me stories about how the Marashose hunters drove back the monsters. So, on the off chance that something might come of it, I decided to reach out to you. To be perfectly honest, I was starting to think all those stories were just tall tales. But now that I've seen you in person, I finally know that it was true!
Well, you can rest easy, friend. The righteous and formidable Marashose hunters are on the case.
The man is touched by your determination and resolve. His eyes begin to well with tears of relief.
Still, if we are going to hunt the monsters, we need to know where to find them. Can you give us any leads?
All I know is that the area outside the city is dangerous. I'm afraid I can't point you toward a specific location. Oh, although, if you leave the capital through the main gate and follow the road, you should run into a group of guards. They might know more about where to find the monsters.
I see. We'll go look for them then.
All right, be careful. Oh, and one last thing. The monsters outside the city are just part of the problem. There are evil sorcerers inside the city as well, so be on your guard. They're actively working with the monsters, and have corrupted the court ministers with malicious magic. They're the reason why, even inside the city, everything has been a giant mess. Even one of our kindest ministers has turned into a boorish and unreasonable figure, interested in nothing but enacting laws that exploit the people. Who knows how much longer we'll be able to go on like this.
Talk about being stuck between a rock and a hard place.
I feel bad for him. Maybe we should try to cheer him up?
Hey! No...
Brave hunter!
I understood correctly. There are...
Exactly.
But which problem should we tackle first?
Well,
Well, Clarence,
I wouldn't say.
Sure.
Paimon wants to know
No.
Huh?
In theory, yes. All you would need to do is survive the rigorous. Still, most people dropped out at the early stages. And others called it quits.
What kind of monsters did the hunters fight
The land of Fontaine, one of the ancient sorcerers of Remuri.
Now, wait a second.
Well, I wasn't planning on.
Wait, but those people...
From my master?
Absolutely.
Let's not. Responding to Egeria's call, a number of. Yet, as Fontaine entered an era of peace, their work gradually became obsolete. The Marechaussee Phantom, originally an association made up of hunters, eventually came to be predominantly comprised of Melusines.
Ah, I see. That explains why
Is that really...
Speaking of it,
I vote monster.
Well said, Miss Fur.
what about you, partner? What? It's decided.
All right.
Let's take a look around, like that guy said.
You there! Outsiders, halt!
Who's there?
An armored man approaches you. He has a tall, muscular build and a determined expression in his eyes. Although he's trying his best to conceal his current state, his uneven gait and the sweat dripping down his forehead make it obvious that he's been wounded and is in serious pain. I'm the captain of the guard. I saw you sneaking around the city earlier, so I'll only ask this once. State your purpose, or it's off to the dungeons for the lot of you.
Wow, it's been a while since someone's been this suspicious of us.
I said talk, not whisper. Marechaussee hunters? Ha! That fairy tale, you mean? What do you expect?
Sir, we were indeed in the city earlier, but your guards are still fighting the monsters as we...
The man regards you with doubt and concern. After a period of inner struggle, those monsters aren't easy to deal with. But if you insist on going, I won't stop you either. I just hope all the guards will be able to come back to their families alive. I wish you the best of luck.
Based on what the captain said, the monster should be right up ahead. Let's go. Hopefully we're not too late.
As you approach the battlefield, you see numerous people lying by the side of the road. They appear to be dressed like guards. Their faces are filled with desperation and terror. Some are screaming and cursing in vain, as if still trying to banish the monstrosities they saw from their minds. A few of the wounded look up at you in shock and disbelief. Quick, leave this place. Turn around and don't look back, they yell.
This is the place he meant.
You see broken iron swords scattered all around you, and downed trees riddled with terrifying claw marks. All the signs point to one thing. A truly devastating battle just took place here.
Be on your guard, everyone. The monsters might still be around.
Before you can finish your sentence, you hear rustling sounds from the surrounding bushes. The monsters have emerged. They close in on you without fear. You get the impression that, in their bloodthirsty eyes, you're just another meal for them to devour.
A little help here! This thing wants to eat Paimon!
Your battle round begins now. The next battle round begins now.
Water jet! Bombs away!
And voila!
Hey there! A proper send-off from the Stina Club.
The monsters let out a terrifying roar of anger and resentment before dissipating into thin air.
Oh, thank goodness it's over.
We're lucky the Marashose Hunter class.
I never knew the Fatometer even determines the amount of damage you inflict. If you get unlucky, isn't it just game over right then and there?
That's part of the fun. The uncertainty of fate is what gives these games their appeal.
Just as you begin to celebrate your victory, a suspicious lump on the ground catches your attention.
A suspicious lump? Wait, could it be the thing that appears after every battle?
I walk up to it, crouch down, and begin to carefully examine it. I've still got my right glove on, so it should be fine for me to touch it.
As you investigate the mound, you discover that the exposed portion appears to be made of wood. It was previously obscured by the large form of the monsters. With the monsters gone, the small protrusion now awaits your discovery, poking out of the ground like a shy flower bud.
Whoa, it's a treasure chest!
With everyone's help, you successfully excavate the wooden chest from the ground. Even without opening it, you can tell from the mora and jewels scattered around the chest that it must contain quite the fortune.
Makes sense. We worked hard for this. Let's open it and we can share what's inside.
I can understand your excitement, Paimon, but think about it. Doesn't it seem like there are people out there who need this treasure more than us?
Yeah. Think about all the people suffering in the capital. Or all those guards who got hurt fighting the monsters. Wouldn't it be better if we gave the treasure to them?
Wait, is that how it works? Paimon thought since we were the ones to dig it up.
Well, let's put it this way. Any decision you make during a role-playing game...
But would the people really believe us? It's hard enough for us to prove we're Marchese hunters. What if they think we procured the treasure illegally? They might get even more suspicious of us.
That's definitely something we should consider. Maybe we can come up with an explanation in advance.
Well, if donating it could cause that much trouble, why don't we use it to buy some gear and fill up on good food? Then we'll be ready to fight even more bad guys.
Looks like you're facing a difficult choice once again. Well, it's getting late. Why don't we call it a day for now?
Wow, where did the time go?
I'm not sure if it's because I'm having so much fun with you all, or because the
Here, here!
Yeah, that won't work for me either. Lynette will give me an earful if I get home too late.
I understand how you feel, Navia, but we have to change venues for the next part of the story anyway.
Huh? Another location?
Mm-hmm. There's a special note for the GM at the end of this section that says to proceed to an indoor set for the next part of the script.
Whoa! They really pulled out all the stops for this new script.
Well, even if we end the game for the day, we can still stay a little longer and hear Clarin. That's just a coincidence, okay? And anyway, Paimon really does want to hear more about Clarin's master.
Well...
It's nothing. I appreciate the concern, but it's all in the past. It won't do any harm to share these things now. My earliest memories are of living with Master. According to her, she saved me from certain people of ill repute. My birth parents had left me behind some time before that.
What a heavy beginning for a life story.
Master was a fascinating individual, if inexperienced in the ways of raising children. My first ever toy was a short sword. Although I suppose it wasn't so much a toy as something Master removed from her waist and handed to a noisy child in need of distraction.
Oh, wait, so she handed an actual sword to a child? Isn't that dangerous? Did you hurt yourself?
Of course I did. I cut my palm and bled quite a lot. But Master was not concerned. She just stood there and casually lectured me about it. See, that's what you get for not holding the sword properly, she told me. She then crouched down next to me and said, "Give me your hand. I'll teach you to bandage this wound. After that, it's time to learn how to truly hold a blade."
Excuse me for asking this, Clorand, but how old were you exactly when all this happened?
Probably around, 3, give or take.
3? Isn't that when most kids are still struggling to hold a fork?
As I said, Master was rather inexperienced in the ways of raising children. She believed trial and error was the best way to teach a child what they're capable of.
I'm not so sure this is a question of experience.
I didn't see anything wrong with her ways at the time. And anyway, children don't get to choose how they're raised. Oh, she did bring me back a pet from Liyue once. It was a Geovishap hatchling.
A Geovishap hatchling? For a pet? That seems even more...
What she said was this. Make sure to get along, you two. If you really can't agree on something, just settle it with a fight. Whoever loses is the real pet.
And how old were you when this happened?
5.
Well, did you win?
No, I lost.
So, you're saying you actually became the Geovishap's pet?
Yes, but only for a week. By the end of that week, I defeated it in combat, and we've shared a cordial relationship ever since.
That really doesn't sound like the kind of childhood someone should have.
Later on, I gradually understood that Master most likely didn't know any other way to raise a child. She was a marechaussee hunter, but I never heard her bring up her own parents. Thanks to her, I learned how to navigate the forest by the age of 6, and could hunt monsters in the wild by myself the year after that. Even though the training she subjected me to was strict, she always made sure to take me traveling when she had the time. We met many of her friends during those days. That was also how I met Mr. Callis and his family.
I still remember the first time we met. You were too scared to join our picnic and hid behind Ms. Petronia the whole time.
I still hadn't really met many children my age at that time. So
after that, though,
I had a lot of fun during those days.
I enjoyed them too. Oh, do you remember that one time we went exploring around the Spina together? We overheard Papa call your master Fontaine's Protector of Justice. We tried to pretend like we never heard anything, but you nearly let it slip that one time.
Protector of Justice? Oh, wait, you mean that vigilante hero from 20 years ago? The one who was always active at night?
Yep, that would be her. She often would put on a black cloak and go out at night. I never knew where she went or what she was doing. Until, like Navia said, we overheard the truth from Mr. Callis that night.
20 years ago, huh? I still remember the guards leaving all kinds of witness reports about her on Nervalette's desk.
My apologies.
Oh, there's no need to apologize. You had nothing to do with it. And anyway, everything she did was for a good cause. Although, calling herself the Protector of Order was a bit much. Especially when she deliberately operated outside the law.
Huh? When did the Protector of Justice become the Protector of Order?
Oh, she had a bunch of code names. I heard she would just come up with a name on the spot whenever she was asked. Later on, she probably got sick of answering those questions and decided to stick to just 2. The Protector of Justice and the Protector of Order.
That sounds like her, all right. I bet she forgot which of the 2 she'd use by the time she got back each night.
Well, she certainly sounds like a fascinating individual. With her strong sense of justice, it's no surprise her student followed in her footsteps.
It's true. I always wanted to become like her. Someone powerful, independent, and with a strong sense of conviction. But... She suddenly disappeared the night I turned 10 years old.
Disappeared? What happened?
I have no... That night, I was celebrating when she still didn't...
Papa probably didn't know either.
Don't worry. Just like how
Or...
I was at first. But...
Well, despite everything, you still managed to follow in her footsteps and become the greatest champion duelist in all of Fontaine. You're practically a living symbol of law and justice.
I suspect my position would be far too by the books for her. Master always did whatever she pleased. But you're right. I suppose I do take after her in some ways.
Who knew Clorand had such an interesting past? I never had the chance to ask her about it before. I wonder if Clorian's master were the champion duelist back then, would that duel against Mr. Callus have gone differently? Oh no. Judging by the atmosphere, Clorian and Navia are probably thinking something similar. The mood just got super awkward all of a sudden.
Well, anyway. Would you look at the time?
I had a great
Anytime.
The script was... Hey!
What does she mean? I guess Al had...
You're that
I was...
Let's go meet him!
Looks like everyone's here. Now, before we begin, why don't we finish where we left off yesterday? There was an important decision to be made, yes? I'll pour everyone a cup of tea.
Is that really the most important part, though, Clorian? Paimon's more concerned about our current surroundings. Heavy walls, cold railings, dim lights. This is obviously supposed to be a prison.
I admire the work put into the set. Still, it's obvious the scriptwriter has never paid a visit to the fortress of Meripede.
So this set is going to be a part of the script?
Unfortunately, that is something I can neither confirm nor deny.
Anyone think Clorian's smile is starting to look kinda scary?
Well, whatever happens, we'll just have to push on. But first, we should really figure out what to do with this treasure. If we're worried about arousing suspicion because of our identity, why don't we give ourselves a different name, just like Clorian's master did?
Yeah, it might be better to keep a low profile. As long as we're helping people, it doesn't matter who we are or what we're called.
Staring at me won't get you anywhere. Or did you want some more tea?
Oh, Paimon's good. Thanks. Why aren't you saying anything, Navia? Wait, what's that next to you?
Oh, this is the short sword Cloran mentioned last night. I found it.
Huh. I'm surprised you managed to track it down after all this time.
Well, I made sure to take good care of it, considering the circumstances in which you gave it to me. Of course I had to keep it safe. Anyway, where were we? Oh, right. I was just thinking about all the potential ways for us to break out of prison. We could dig a tunnel, or try to bribe the guards.
Wait, we haven't been thrown into prison yet, have we?
Well, it's only a matter of time.
Alright, Paimon may have wanted to keep it, but if it's going to—
So, you reached an agreement.
Oh, and we'll—
All right. You collect the treasure. The city is in places where—
Thank you.
The elderly woman's look of gratitude follows you as you walk away, her eyes never leaving your back.
Should we go find that man again at the square?
Oh, good—
Just as you... Please wait, distinguished guests. Several strange guards suddenly call out to you. They run forward.
Greetings, Jen.
Surely you...
Well,
I say we go.
After a quick discussion, you nod to the guards and agree to follow. They lead you all the way to gilded... The elderly, he wears above... a man dressed after a moment.
the king does not appear entirely aware of his surroundings. The man by his side, though. We should keep a close eye on him.
The king remains still and says nothing. The minister is the one who speaks. Esteemed guests, allow me to thank you for coming to our faraway kingdom. Unfortunately, His Majesty the King finds himself quite exhausted from work. So please allow... I've heard tell, however...
Well, we've got... The golem's blades were so powerful, they could cut down trees in a single swipe! It took a lot of effort to defeat them, even for trained swordsmen like us. Well, that was enough details, right? Believe us now?
Your account does indeed...
Well,
How did he know?
Ah,
Wait,
only that.
But that's
yeah, that
Maybe so.
makes...
What? No. Clad in his...
I would like to...
The guards in the...
Oh, there goes my...
It appears we... Before I decide...
Can't we try to slip away?
But if we try to fight the guards right now...
Don't worry. At least we figured out who's behind all this. Let's just play it by ear. If you're scared, Paimon, just hold my hand.
Thanks.
You allow your... It's only when... Stay here! The guards lock the cell door.
Wait, sir!
Your voice.
No!
Carve out a new...
You reach toward...
what about...
When did you...
When I was thinking...
Rejected.
and the keys to the...
Correct.
Oh,
Indeed.
Huh? Why are you the one saying indeed?
Because... That it...
I took...
Wait,
I doubt it. Master left... I gave you the sword...
Wait.
After the duel...
Before that, after the duel, though, there was a... We were both... Whenever I... Back then...
no one can change...
Yep.
I'm so...
Think...
Looks like the next part of our script is here.
Perfect timing. The situation was really starting to get desperate. And not just because of the prison thing.
From Claren's face, Paimon really can't tell if it's good news or bad news.
Water can... Eventually, suddenly.
Heads up, everyone.
Gather close, everyone.
Who are you?
I work as a guard.
Huh?
Shh. I've already sent away the other guards, but if we make too much noise...
I understand, but how can we be sure we can trust you?
The king has issued a formal decree. In light of the irrefutable proof of your crime, you're to be executed before tomorrow's sunrise. If you want to escape, it has to be now.
Executed? We barely did anything!
Monsters appearing at the same location as the treasure. Could this entire thing have been a trap?
There will be time for speculation once we're out of here. As for my identity, I have no way to prove that to you just yet. Infiltrating the capital was difficult, and finding a chance to speak with you has taken a lot out of me. I could go on, but I think we can all agree that now is not the time for details.
Have you seen our weapons anywhere, sir?
Don't worry, I brought them with me. They're just behind the door. Still, these weapons alone won't be enough to defeat the true enemy behind the scenes. His faction is too powerful. The guards are all under his control, and he's even stationed a number of golems in various rooms throughout the palace. To defeat him, you must find a secret vault. It is said that within that vault, the Marechaussee hunters of the past left behind a treasure with the power to defeat the sorcerer.
You're not coming with us?
No, I'll remain in the dungeons to deal with the guards. I'll try my best to distract them so they don't go after you. As long as my identity is not revealed, I'll be able to aid you when the final battle comes.
In that case, please stay safe.
Thank you for your concern. I will do my utmost. As for the location of the vault, here, this map should lead you there.
Got it.
All right, once I open the door, remember to stick close and refrain from making any noise. I'll lead you out of here as quickly as possible. You now have the chance to restore the honor and legacy of— and—
With the help of the guard, you successfully escape the dungeons.
Wait, we didn't get to use our skills at all while we were in prison. Who knows when we're gonna get the chance to use that cool summon spell?
That is a pity, but we can only continue to move forward.
Gather!
Check this out! That's the one! Ha! Off we go! Yeah!
A bitter pill to swallow.
Check this out!
Let's ride! Need a surfboard? Surf's up!
I will have order!
should be the place marked on the map.
This bit of rock certainly looks suspicious.
Well, I'd say an investigation's in order then. Plus,
Wow, you really meant that!
Before you lies a serene stretch of open water, its surface shimmering a brilliant shade of sapphire blue.
Well, guess this means it's time for a swim!
What's the matter?
It's nothing. As you step into the cave, you find yourself in an eerily quiet space. Before you lies a narrow passageway that appears to trail off endlessly into the distance.
need a surfboard?
Wow, this must be where the treasure is hidden!
But this door is blocking our way in. It almost looks like it's been here for quite some time. I've got to hand it to the tabletop troupe. They really went all out with the props.
Huh. What have we got down here? A kind of mechanism connected to the door? Ah.
A pattern on a stone door. That's something Master mentioned before.
Is something wrong, Clarant?
After a long, difficult journey, you finally arrive at the location indicated by your map. It appears to be an ancient site of some sort, where treasure likely awaits. Your surroundings are exceedingly quiet and serene, as if the secret that slumbers here has never once been disturbed. If you listen closely, you can almost convince yourself you can hear the sound of its calm, gentle breathing.
That description makes Paimon feel kinda bad for disturbing this place.
We're doing this for the sake of the people, to free them from the evil sorcerer. I say it's time for this treasure to once again see the light of day.
Linny's right. We need to keep going. The future of the kingdom depends on it. The next part of this...
Yes. Something...
Off we go. Need a surfboard? I found something.
Found something here, too.
Same here.
Off we go.
something just appeared. Some kind of...
By solving the puzzles, you prove at the end
With?
a key.
Oh, it must be the key to the big door.
Huh? This, it is said that... Huh? You hear a few strange noises.
Huh? What's going on?
For the sake of...
But Paimon can still see a little bit over here. Oh, right. Sorry.
Suddenly...
Wait.
You recognize the voice as belonging to the guard who led you to this place. It appears he now covets the treasure for himself, and has come to stake his claim.
Oh, so this is just part of the script. Then I can probably relax. Well, if we can't see anything, that means we can't fight to the fullest of our abilities. Should we retreat for now?
Judging by the way he's holding his sword, he must be a real Mara.
Retreat!
Your choice is...
You got it!
Well then. Into the shadows.
I'd like to try to hit him with my sword.
Your strike is successful.
Ha! You're facing a veteran Marshose hunter.
Is he still
Ready.
Is it over?
What about...
Final strike. Ha!
Well, did we get him?
Warm fire flickers across the walls once more. Your vision is now clear. In an impressive... That look in his...
Huh? Oh, wait. Speak your name, guard. Is this... So he's all...
Then What do you know? In this day and age, there's no glory to be had as a Marashose hunter.
What's that supposed to mean?
My skills were passed down to me by my father. We lived, and what did he get in return? A life of poverty and pain. In a world that the Marashose...
Is he talking?
So that...
If you already knew...
Because...
Only a true Marashose, as someone who's...
Okay.
You're sure...
We've been talking about it for so long, of course...
And we've already defeated Florian, right? So he won't...
What? You're...
Then let's open the door together.
All right. Before you, you hear the shrill wail of the door hinge as it rotates for the first time after years of disuse.
It's open! Come on, let's go in! Paimon wants to see what's inside!
Ooh, me too!
Ugh, uncovering hidden...
Maybe the...
They provided us...
Wait.
Huh? Whoa, are you okay?
The Marashose hunter before you appears to suffer a serious mental breakdown. One of you seems to understand the significance of the... So, How are you doing? Do you remember?
I remember now. I brought you here because I wanted to...
You mean these?
Huh?
I could tell something was off.
So the strongest...
I deserve some answers. Everything you said earlier sounded like the truth.
The feelings about my father and the other Marshose hunters are real. It just wasn't fair. I was angry. I don't know when.
But if the treasure... From your description, I suspect...
Devorator?
Oh.
No, I've heard... Wait, it can't...
The seal?
My family, my father, but...
The Devorator would be if you lacked the power to...
I heard as...
And yet...
One of them... I know the only way...
I won't
Well, I did pour my heart and soul into it. The stories my father used to tell me about the glory of the heroic Marshose hunters.
It's more than just a story.
Huh?
You're proud to be a hunter. You're still holding onto that part of yourself, no matter how small.
I have done so many despicable things. I have nothing to be proud of.
Then explain the purpose of the evil sorcerer in your story.
Huh?
Isn't he the true antagonist? The one who sought nothing but his own gain, and used the people as pawns to attain it? In your heart of...
But I've already tainted my sword. I no longer have any right to...
Wake up, Florian. Remember how you introduced yourself earlier. Do you really think the hunters acted out of a desire for honor and glory? Or to be loved and acknowledged by the people? What did your father teach you about our order? You do not wield your sword for yourself, but to protect those you serve. There's nothing special about a blade. It's the intentions of the wielder that matter above all else. Do you still not
You're right.
I would...
I know.
Good. Then, come with me. And help me see the script.
Huh? No, I mean...
Then we'll just have to keep writing it.
You mean...
Is that really...
You aren't a...
I know what my...
Then...
I don't intend to spoil the fun. Sometimes, protecting dreams and fantasies is more important than exposing the truth. Don't you think?
They're back!
That took a while.
Oh, ahem!
Tone it...
Oh.
I confess...
That little...
That's right. To be perfectly... The treasure...
The names of all the
Wait, you...
Of course.
We just finished reading through the content of the stone...
That tablet recorded the lives of some fascinating She and
So, she was just like you.
Oh.
Well, when you put it that way, working as an...
Their lives were all so exciting. You could write so many cool books about their accomplishments.
Because... they chose to be. To hunt monsters...
Then this stone...
That's right. The only time...
So...
No wonder this place was so well hidden.
You regard the tablet, their legacy...
Father... Thank you, my friend. I implore you...
Well...
Sounds good to me.
I have no objections, but... Mr. Florian...
Huh?
What if...
Gee...
At first glance, these blades...
So basically, take these with us, right?
I'll take this weapon, since it used to belong...
Ah, good idea. I'll take Mr. Walter's bow then. From one archer magician to another.
Paimon's gonna...
As you grip your weapons, you can almost feel the will of past hunters coursing.
Mr. Florian, do you know where to find...
I was able to see. We must be extremely...
Then why don't we
No, we have to strike now. He was greatly weakened when I managed to break...
I agree with Mr.
Yeah, now that we've got a plan, there's no point in waiting. The longer this drags on, the worse it will be for everybody.
Yes, that's what's called... Yes, that's exactly right.
Alright, you've persuaded Paimon.
Mr. Florian, please, lead the way.
Of course. Follow me.
He had to set up so many scenes today, and now he has to join in for this last part. I really don't envy his job.
Finally, you decide to slay the evil sorcerer, and as you walk away... Finally, you arrive at the church Florian described. As you approach, an ominous aura surrounds you. You get the sense that your enemy is close at hand.
How strange. This uneasy feeling seems so real. How did they manage that?
Now, it is time for the final battle.
Let's go!
Florian, wait.
What's wrong?
I think you should... I don't think...
That's exactly why... Yes.
That's too risky.
I understand. The Devorator will have a... You're not like me. This is... Consider it a duel.
I understand. Then, as a champion duelist, I hereby accept your request for a duel, and extend to you my most...
Thank you.
The battle is now upon us. Let the Devorator once again tremble under the blade of the Marechaussee hunters.
Huh?
So lifelike!
This foe is not invincible. You hold the treasure. The power to defeat it in your own 2 hands.
The treasure? You mean... The names! It's the Marshose Hunters' names!
How are we supposed to...
You forget, Paimon? There's still one skill we saved until the very end.
Hunters fight not for fame, but to aid the people whenever they are summoned.
Walter the Marashose Hunter, master of 1,000 tricks, executioner of the Phantom Hunters, I call for aid!
Est, the Marshose Hunter, inheritor of Cassiodor's will, judge of the Shadow Hunters. Answer my call!
Petronia, protector of justice and order. The hunter I respect the most. Thank you for saving my friend, the best one I'll ever know. Please, lend us your strength!
We have come to answer your summons. And so, the monsters were eradicated, and the sorcerer was defeated. Peace soon returned to the capital. Those in the court, manipulated by the sorcerer, also recognized the errors of their ways. Some remembered the names of the heroes who saved their kingdom, but others simply continued their lives none the wiser. Such is the story of the Marashose Hunters. They pursue the phantoms in the darkness. They will always protect the city and those within it, even should all memory of their accomplishments be forgotten.
I am assuming we've finally reached the end of the script.
Yes, you've reached one of the better endings.
It's a pretty solid story overall. I thought it was just an ordinary adventure at first, but that final battle is
Oh, right.
Ah, that's so...
Yeah, mine nearly scared the daylights out of me when it started glowing. I took a good look at it after. Oh, we should probably give these.
Did you have a good time?
Of course. Let me know if another script like this comes around.
Sure, no problem.
Then I'll head back for now. I think I need some time to fully digest everything that just happened. Once Mr. Florian is awake, please pass on my regards to him. He must be extremely exhausted to have passed out cold like that.
You're right. He's had a lot to deal with.
Well, see you all some other time. Toodaloo!
Okay, so, can I ask now?
I think it should be fine, yeah.
What in the world?
That time in the cave with...
I was dying of curiosity.
Guess none of us
what are you all talking about?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's probably more accurate to say this...
What?
So loud.
Hey, you! Get up right now and explain yourself! It's not nice.
Yeah.
If Paimon...
Everything was a...
As it...
Guess I'm just... As for you... I would say... You may have been... You'll be far more used to...
But...
Of course. As far as I'm...
Thank you so... Until we meet...
Speaking of Marashose Hunters, what should...
Leave it be.
Are you sure? We could
No. I am no except...
That's certainly...
Wait!
That's because the...
Oh.
Well, I'm...
Oh?
This particular... The names you...
So the name...
Navia. Everything you...
Huh?
I really appreciate.
All right. Anyway, let's.
She ran off!
I should probably head back as well. This story was truly incredible.
Traveler, should your name and deeds be forgotten, what do you...
I suppose.
A great answer. I'll remember it. Me, the Marachose hunter, says perhaps her answer lies in her silence. An unspoken vow left to echo through the night. The path she walks needs no explanation.
You can only do so much on your own, but with a group, anything's possible.